Hello and welcome to the 2015 Delhi Election Tracker along with Sea Voter stroke Yashwant Deshmukh. Also joining us today, Ayaz Memon right here with me to give us what would be, I'm sure, an interesting cricketing analogy considering that there's a tri-series on there.
Apart from the tri-series, by the time the results come out, we'll be approaching the World Cup. So there's a lot of excitement as much down under as in Delhi.
In New Delhi, yes. And today we're going to be talking about the Kiran Bedi factor, and we're going to be picking up some numbers and looking at some earlier polls and to see if they have any impact. But let's get a broad sense. Yashwant, between the last time we spoke and today, which was only just Friday last week, we have a new entrant in the Delhi fray, a very clear message also coming from the BJP that there is a chief ministerial candidate to start with, and that candidate in all probability is Kiran Bedi. So how are you looking at this?
Well, looking at it pretty much the same cricket way that, they needed some really big number of runs in the last over, and they needed a pinch hitter. And all they had, the tailenders, entire team of Delhi BJP was consisting only of the tailenders, no lead bowler, no lead batsman. So you can imagine what kind of team they were going ahead with. And you cannot have that kind of a team playing in the playing 11 as far as Delhi election is concerned.
Right.
So Yashwant is totally consumed by cricket, as we can see.
As we can see.
And yeah, I mean, actually he's right. The analogy is very correct because they needed a pinch hitter to come there at the last minute and score those, hopefully those winning runs. That's what BJP's biggest concern is. They certainly cannot afford to get less than the number of seats that they had got. Even that is not enough. They need at least a simple majority, and they needed somebody who can give them that impetus. Now, whether it will come or not, we'll have to wait and see.
Right. Okay, so let's pick up, we're looking at a few surveys, and we're looking at Kiran Bedi's trends in old surveys first, and then we'll come to the latest snap poll. But let's look at first October 2013, and we'll put the chart up on the screen in a moment. The question was, if Kiran Bedi would have been the CM candidate of BJP, which party would you have voted for? So it's a question positioned a little differently. There it said BJP with Kiran Bedi as CM candidate is 51%, as you can see on the screen, and AAP with Arvind Kejriwal as CM candidate is 36%. Now, very broadly speaking, Yashwant, what has changed since this poll and today?
No, it's difficult. Between today and this poll, we are still polling one more poll today, which the numbers will be coming out later tonight on the television networks. But at this point of time, the data collection is going on. But what the reason why we are looking at those numbers is pretty much again in the cricket analogy. We are looking at some of the old matches records and whether or not this player was good enough to be a pinch hitter, and it seems like right. The reason why I pulled out all those numbers from the last 2 years, not even just two polls, is that whenever Arvind Kejriwal's name was there in an empty goal post, he was just coming and scoring the goal. That's fine. But as far as the moment you put across some BJP names in there, then barring Harshvardhan, no name was there to come up to some kind of respectful number against Arvind Kejriwal. From the Congress hold, barring Sheila Dikshit, nobody was picking up those kind of numbers. But the moment you put up the name of Kiran Bedi, not only the numbers changed, but they used to change drastically. And we have been reporting this thing for the last 2 years. And I'm saying it's again and again because most of the times we have generally a habit of a selective amnesia because we look at the data and if the person or the data is not really important for the news at that point of time, we actually try to leave it somewhere and get away with it. But the reason why we pulled up these numbers was to underline the fact that in the last 2 years, every opinion poll, regardless of the channel, regardless of the agency, whenever they put up the name of Kiran Bedi always scored more than Arvind Kejriwal as far as the popularity ratings are concerned. Right. So that is a very important finding as far as the leadership issues and leadership criteria is concerned. Now, Kiran Bedi joining the BJP is altogether a different thing. Could be plus, could be minus, because Kiran Bedi as an individual has been an institution on her own. She never had this identity crisis of being nobody before Anna movement. Kiran Bedi was Kiran Bedi regardless of Anna movement or not. Kiran Bedi was Kiran Bedi regardless of her association with India Against Corruption or not. So the fact was there. But Kiran Bedi as an individual versus Kiran Bedi as a chief ministerial candidate of the BJP are two different things. this could work positively, this could work also as negatively, because
Right.
I believe many of the Kiran Bedi fans may or may not be BJP fans at all.
Right. So, you know, when we, if you look at the May 2014, if I've got that right, you know, whom amongst the following would you like to see as Chief Minister of Delhi? Arvind Kejriwal, 34%, Dr. Harshvardhan, 21%, Kiran Bedi, 38%, and others, 7%. So, if you were to look at it chronologically, Yashwant, what do we conclude from the way this is building up?
This particular question is very important because we did not put any party ideology or party affiliation in this particular question. And looking at the individual basis, you can very well think of Arvind Kejriwal holding out to whatever the core AAP vote is there. Dr. Harshvardhan holding out to whatever the core BJP vote is there. But Kiran Bedi's support base of 38% in May last year denotes pretty much the support across the party affiliations. She in this particular poll, she was taken up not only by the Aam Aadmi supporters, the name popped up even by the BJP supporters, even by the Congress supporters. So it is very interesting to see from that perspective that Kiran Bedi as an individual might be having rating across the party line, but Kiran Bedi as a chief ministerial candidate of the BJP might be having a different kind of a party line. One can argue, well, she will be now enjoying the popularity rating what Dr. Harshvardhan was enjoying in this poll. One may very well argue at that, well, even that number comes in, but she might lose those numbers which she was enjoying, and that number can go or add up to Arvind Kejriwal also. So we still remains to be seen. But by and large, the bottom line is that whenever you put up Kiran Bedi's name, she has been always more popular than Arvind Kejriwal in Delhi.
Okay, Ayaz, you had a point?
Yeah, no, I just want to take up from where Yashwant was mentioning that, the vote could swing either way. It could swing a lot more in favor of Kiran Bedi, or they might see her as opportunistic and the BJP apprehensive, and therefore might change their locus. So, we'll know the numbers today, as he says, the current numbers. But how far do you think, Yashwant, that the traditional BJP voters might get miffed at the choice of Kiran Bedi at this late hour?
Can you just repeat the question? I just missed your last line.
Yeah, so I said, is there a fear in the BJP ranks that the traditional BJP voter, having kind of led to believe that it might be Harshvardhan or some other, now suddenly sees Kiran Bedi, who was from the ranks of the AAP party or the Anna movement, not the AAP party but the Anna movement, is now projected as the CM of Delhi? Would that go down well with the hardcore traditional BJP voting base?
That will. Because the way when we run the cross-tabulation on these questions or in the last polls, the convertibility of the BJP support base towards Kiran Bedi as the chief ministerial candidate is complete. What remains to be seen whether or not Kiran Bedi fans would like to vote for the BJP as she moves into the BJP. Will that support base will carry along with Kiran Bedi to BJP? That remains to be seen. But as far as the BJP support base opening up to Kiran Bedi is concerned, that is a foregone conclusion that will be there, because all these polls all along the BJP voters were very much open to the idea of Kiran Bedi joining the BJP and becoming the chief ministerial candidate.
So the crux really is getting more than 36 seats. Is that what is possible with Kiran Bedi as the projected face?
Well, certainly the possibility is also there. I would say that the possibility of Kiran Bedi getting a number of majority would have been very much on the line. It's more about the leadership question. It's more about not only just about encouraging the hello.
We can hear you.
Yeah, it's not just about encouraging the BJP cadre to move faster, but it's also about the swing votes, as we call it, the fence-sitter votes, as we call it, which has been swinging between Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP, the larger middle class that we have been talking about so long, which has been coming towards the BJP. But that middle class somewhere got stuck in a way that if the BJP was not having a very clear-cut defined chief ministerial candidate in that way, that middle class, a section of that middle class which has been voting for Aam Aadmi Party in the previous two elections, that is the Assembly and the Lok Sabha election, could have gone back to Aam Aadmi Party as well. So Narendra Modi lead or the factor of Narendra Modi in Delhi was a good base, but they needed a winning tip to build upon that, and that winning tip was not going to come to them unless they had some kind of a face, either Dr. Harshvardhan or Kiran Bedi, either of the two.
Okay, so they pulled a rabbit out of the hat.
Yeah, I'm just also curious. There's been a show of bravado still by Kejriwal, who says, I'm happy that Kiran Bedi is finally contesting elections. Is that bravado, or does he sense that because Kiran Bedi might actually, as you mentioned, some fence sitters, they might fall on his side?
So was this the sort of, in some ways, is this a nail in the AAP coffin, so to speak? Not the final nail, but is it a nail, or nevertheless?
I wouldn't say that. Reason being that in all our polls, as we have been discussing, we also discussed that Aam Aadmi Party had kind of reinvented itself from being an anti-Congress to an anti-BJP party at large.
Yeah.
So the vote share of Aam Aadmi Party has been only rising so far. If you look into this perspective, from whatever the votes, 28-29% they polled in assembly election, it got up by 4-5% into Lok Sabha election. In all of our opinion polls, from Lok Sabha also they had scored 4-5% jump onto that, and in the last poll they were scoring almost 40% votes. So proper due credit has to be given to Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party, the way they have become the leading party in Delhi and a lead competitor to BJP in Delhi, and that's why I won't say it's too early to write off too early to write off even Congress for that matter.
Right.
Nobody is talking about Congress right now, but nobody can write off Congress. I mean, they are running a lost race. I understand that. But Congress also has a very decent core vote as far as we are concerned. The Dalits, the low education, low income group, also the minorities, they have been voting en bloc to the Congress for so many years. And of late, they have shifted to Aam Aadmi Party because they also feel that Aam Aadmi Party is not in a position, Congress is not in a position to defeat BJP. So out of the anti-BJP mark, they have shifted to Aam Aadmi Party. But if Congress gives a very good credible face, Congress gives some really good candidates, so in plenty of the constituencies, these votes can go back to Congress. So I would say that we should not write off anybody, but yes, what we are very sure of that between the tussle of Narendra Modi versus Arvind Kejriwal, I think para-dropping of Kiran Bedi has altogether a different dimension. It's not that Kiran Bedi needs BJP. Let's be very clear about it. BJP needs Kiran Bedi, not that the Kiran Bedi needs BJP.
Right. Okay. Okay. So Yashwant, I'll come to the other NBTC voter, the tracking poll in a moment, which also compares Arvind Kejriwal and Kiran Bedi. But let's go back to the SNAP poll that was done on 13th and 14th, right? So where you looked at income group classification. Tell us, how does that play out? How will different income groups likely respond to her?
That would be a very interesting scenario. And keeping in mind that one more thing that I am looking at is the fact that the BJP MP from the outer Delhi side, northeast Delhi side, Manoj Tiwari, who has been a Purabiya face out here, he has been giving quite classical reactions to Kiran Bedi's entry in BJP. And that also kind of pitches the BJP in the Purvanchali vote, whether if everything is all right or not. That will be very interesting as far as the income groups analysis is concerned. But one thing is sure.
Will they all vote uniformly, or do you see a variation? I mean, for instance, there was a clear variation between middle class and lower middle class. Lower income group when it came to BJP, right? One was clearly aligned towards, lower income group was clearly aligned towards AAP, and middle income group was clearly aligned towards BJP. Do you see any, will this sort of continue in favor of Kiran Bedi, the BJP part, or do you see some further three-way split happening?
No, what I feel that after this thing, probably Aam Aadmi Party votes also will consolidate, but they have a clear and present danger in terms of Congress resurfacing, especially after the Delhi Cantonment Board elections and their Ajay Makan getting the lead as far as the lead, in a sense that becoming the leader as the frontman to play from the Congress as the Congress opener. But one thing which should be very interesting for all of us to observe, We have been talking about the gender gap as well. We have been looking at that, male and female voting patterns are not the same in Delhi anymore. We have seen that right from the 1998 election when Sheila Dikshit won on the issue of rising onion prices. At that point of time, it was the housewives which were the main cause of BJP's debacle in 1998 elections. At this time, what I will be very keen to observe and research and check, if Kiran Bedi's induction into BJP creates a positive gender gap for the BJP rather than the Aam Aadmi Party, that would be a very interesting thing to observe. The initial trends are showing, yes, she is commanding more support from the females rather than the males, and whether or not this kind of a gap also gets across the low income group, which has been a complete support, total support of Aam Aadmi Party so far. So it's not just about the income group anymore, it is also about the gender gap and gender issues.
Yashwant, let's look at the choice between Arvind Kejriwal and Kiran Bedi in your in the tracking poll. You can see November 2014 and December 2014. So Arvind Kejriwal is obviously behind, but he seems to have increased his position in December, whereas Kiran Bedi seemed to have lost somewhat. I don't know. I mean, though the average is still in favor of Kiran Bedi, can one make something out of this, or would that be reading too much?
No, it won't be reading too much, but yes, the fact is that in December, the Aam Aadmi campaign really took off very well. Arvind Kejriwal was going really aggressive, and there was as if no talk whatsoever of Kiran Bedi coming into politics. So I guess that by December, people answering this question were also getting a kind of a link, what's the point of answering this question when she is not joining politics at all? There were a lot of people asking that. Okay, I like Kiran Bedi, but she is not coming to politics. BJP is not picking her up. She is not going to be the CM candidate. So what's the point? So I think with the aggressive campaign of Arvind Kejriwal and with virtually no sign whatsoever from Kiran Bedi or the BJP about what has happened right now, I guess some quite substantial number also shifted to Arvind Kejriwal at that point of time. But it would be very interesting to see what happens after she has joined BJP and today if she is declared the chief ministerial candidate of the BJP.
And the gender point is interesting that you brought it up. Ayaz, do you want to say something on that?
Yeah, I think gender, and also is there any kind of a great add-on advantage with, apart from Kiran Bedi, you also got Shazia Almi joining. So the gender part works in both these cases. There's also the minority factor which comes into play perhaps with Shazia Almi's presence there now in the BJP. Would that make any kind of a difference? Is there a tipping point at all, Yashwant?
For the Shazia Almi factor, I won't say gender would be a big tipping point because her image or her thing works more across the youth and the middle class image. Actually, there is another leader which is more important than any of these leaders, I would say, as far as the gender point is concerned. Her name is Krishna Tirath. Krishna Tirath was the second most women leader of Congress in the city of Delhi. She was a union minister, she was a very senior minister in Sheila Dikshit government, and she belongs to the Dalit community. So that is going to be a very important thing. She has been a member of parliament back to back on 2 occasions from the area which is the old Karol Bagh and adjoining area. She has been an MLA from that side, that Ragarpura area. Those are areas where are almost about 7-8 assembly segments which have substantial number of scheduled caste and Dalit votes. So not only Kiran Bedi, not only Shazia Almi, but I also see the induction of Krishna Tirath today into the BJP as a very big step as far as BJP is concerned, and that would certainly is going to have a different kind of reaction, at least in that Lok Sabha area and those 5-7 seats, if not the complete Delhi.
Right. Okay, Yashwant, as we sum up, let's go back to the earlier chart, the May 2014 chart, where we asked who amongst the following would you like to see as Chief Minister of Delhi. So it's Kejriwal versus Dr. Harshvardhan versus Kiran Bedi. So 3 contenders now that we, 2 contenders who are sure or almost sure, and we're still awaiting a third one. So is this, as we've got another few weeks to go, is the leadership nomination, is that going to be the key deciding factor now? I mean, as a variable in everything else, because most of the other things seem to be fairly steady and voters have decided?
Well, it is the deciding factor. If the BJP would not have declared Harshvardhan or Kiran Bedi as the chief ministerial candidate, then the way the Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi party graph was going up, it was looking like that by the time the third week of January is over, they would have taken the lead and they would have won the election. So there was no way that BJP would have won this election without projecting a chief ministerial candidate, going without a chief ministerial candidate. Delhi is not Jharkhand, Delhi is not Haryana, Delhi is not Maharashtra.
Right. So obviously the match gets very exciting at this point.
Heading for a photo finish.
heading for a photo finish indeed, and we're going to be back on the Delhi Election Tracker 2015 in a couple of days' time, Friday to be more specific, at 4 p.m. as we build the case up and what is clearly one of the most exciting tri-series matches to happen in Indian elections.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even as we prepare for the World Cup. Thank you very much for watching.